President Trump signed an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education. The move sets up a potential conflict with Congress, which created the Department of Education more than 4 decades ago. There are questions about how programs the department operates might carry on. Fox 4's Casey Stiegel live with more on the potential impacts. Casey.
Clarice, good evening. An experiment, that is the word that President Trump used, characterizing allowing the federal government to play a role in America's education system. But tonight, many critics are worried about what will happen to some of the programs that department is tasked with operating.
Flanked by school-aged children, President Trump penned an executive order on Thursday axing the U.S. Department of Education. The move, he claims, gives children and their families an escape from a system that's failing them, but in the same breath acknowledges Congress must give final approval.
Everybody knows it's right. And the Democrats know it's right, and I hope they're going to be voting for it because ultimately it may come before them.
The Education Secretary, Linda McMahon, telling Fox News it's time to think outside the box.
We've spent almost $3 trillion. We've seen our scores continue to decline. We're doing something wrong. We need to change.
McMahon says her plan is to convince lawmakers that education is best handled at the state level, admitting it could be an uphill battle.
I can tell you we know that the task ahead, certainly has some hurdles.
Critics, however, say President Trump's decision has created mass confusion. Former longtime Dallas ISD superintendent Michael Hinojosa tells Fox 4 states have not been briefed on how they'll take over.
We don't really see a plan of how and where these programs are going to go and how this is going to be distributed.
For instance, the feds investigate grievances against school districts. Now, Hinojosa says that goes away.
They need to have a place to appeal, especially on protected rights of students like special needs or English learners or students with certain disabilities. With that going away, there is no clear path for someone to appeal.
He also fears some students could slip through the cracks.
Any student has a disability. There are protections that the United States Department of Education would oversee to make sure that students' rights are protected if they have a disability. We don't know what the clear path is.
The executive order does have a provision stating certain services, programs, and benefits will remain uninterrupted. However, it does not provide specifics on how that'll be achieved.
Dr. Hinojosa predicts that the judicial branch of the government will get involved next. He says he's almost certain that courts will intervene and try and block President Trump from dismantling this organization without congressional approval.